Welcome back once again. It is time for the Comics Coffee Table. Pull up a chair and bring a cup of whatever it is you're shoving under your nose today, Pally. Today I've got tea from me grandma's teapot. I've got tea from me grandma's teapot. It's a little ditty I just made up. Thank you. My apologies to any Brits out there. We're Irish, so yeah, maybe we are sticking it to you just a wee bit. Thank you so very much for tuning in once again. We take a break. We leave the real world's problems over there, somewhere, way over yonder. Pull up a chair to our Comics Coffee Table. Bring a cup of whatever it is you're putting under your nose. Whatever it is you're shoving under your nose there today, there. Tough guy, sizzle chest, chowder head. This is pre-recorded, live before a studio audience of my stuffed animals. It's the Comics Coffee Table. Thank you so very much. 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern daily. If you're lucky enough to tune in then at the premiere, you can catch the world's best live chat. Yes. Well, every live chat is like the best live chat, especially if you're in it. I mean, you've just made it a better place. And by talking to people about comic books, if you love comic books as much as we do, you're in the right place at the right time. And please continue the conversation in the comments section. Keep it going. We love comic books here. That's what we talk about on my coffee table. The coffee table, which is where my friends and I would always hang out and we'd just catch up, shoot the breeze. You know, it was a long time ago too, so there was always like an overflowing ashtray full of cigarette butts. There was a cup of something, whether it's coffee or a mug of beer or a cup of tea or whatnot or whatever. You could have any, just pull up a chair and just hang out. There was always a stack of movies, a stack of books. Yeah, these are the books that are on our coffee table. They're always on our coffee table. There's a stack of video games and a stack of music. This is the only compact discs I have left. I went digital, over a decade ago, longer than that. Wow, I remember the day I threw out all my old compact discs. Heavy, burdensome, lugging them around. What's the use? I know. Well, I still have an iPod. That's Haro. He's from Gundam. So, Haro. Yeah, well, there are no Gundams here. That's right. They're all still living in their boxes, and they're put away. There's almost 20 unmade kits. Where would you put them? I don't have any room. It's already crowded in here with all the funny books. I did a good job the other day. I just tackled the boxes and I organized it because we need to get stuff done. We're here to rebox, reboard, rebag my entire collection. Along the way, we are going to wrap our heads around the Overstreet Guide's way of thinking with when it comes to prices. What are they worth? Don't you think that? Don't you look at your comic book collection and you look at all of these funny books you got and all these crates and long boxes and you're like, how much is all of this worth? What condition is this in? And how much could it be? Well, it kind of blew my mind a bit too, the last con I was at, because I hadn't, I'm only slowly getting back into cons and the power of the dollar boxes. And especially on Sunday, near closing time, that goes from $1 to like what? Sometimes $2 or $3 for $1. It does. That just and the condition that a lot of these books are in remind me of the condition that my books are in now. So just because I'm like I'm reading this and I'm reading that does not mean funny books are worth that much. Exactly. And oh, by the way, my parents gave me these books for Christmas last year. So this season is dedicated to my parents. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you. Mwah. Bye-bye. And there are links in the description to both of these books where you can get them online. But you could also ask your local comic book shop. They might even have it on their shelves to buy. You can ask, hey, you got this year's Overstreet? And oh, yes, we do. Or, oh, no, we don't. And while I'm going back to the local comic book shop, as I love saying, this is just the opening of the show, my opening spiel. If you're new to the show, and you just may be, because there are a ton of new subscribers. We just recently broke our first 1,000. So welcome. If you're new to the show, click on that subscribe button. Click on the notifications. Hit the like button, please. We could use it. And yeah, if you put on those notifications, I swear you will eventually learn how to tell time. Oh, look at my wrist. It must be 3 p.m. in Boston. Time! While I'm going to my local comic book shop, I'm buying new comic books weekly again. Wednesday is now an exciting day for me. Most people, it's hump day. For me, it's new comic book day, and I go to my local comic book shop. I see what's on the shelf. I carry a notepad where on my phone where I have a list of things I'm looking for in the long boxes, you know, and sometimes they just appear. Seriously. And but while I'm there at the local comic book shop, I'm spending my money there. Listen, I'm reboxing, reboarding, and rebagging my entire collection. I need supplies. Chances are you do too. And if you're going to be spending money for supplies, well, I implore to you, I'm using my advocacy, my agenda, my amplification of my personal lived experience, my truth, and as an ordained minister of international faith, this is my pulpit, and I'm evangelically saying to you, get thy ass back to thy local comic book shop and spend thy coin there. Yeah, I am. I'm buying my supplies there. I'm not getting my supplies at a big box store or my online supply chain. Why? Well, I'm literally agreeing to pay the retail markup, but it's a small business. It's a local business in my neighborhood, or it's literally in my village square, so it's a couple of neighborhoods over. But also, they're a thriving small business. They could be in trouble for all I know. I'm making that up. I don't want to make their story up for them, but what I want to do is be a good customer. I want to spend my disposable income there on my terms, and I need supplies. So I'm getting all my supplies there. I'm getting short boxes now. I'm getting snugs, bags. And I'm getting acid-free boards as well. And I'm handling every single issue that I've bought since the early 2000s. So this is about 15 to 20 years worth of comic books. About 2 decades worth of Wednesdays. Give or take a few I would take off maybe 2 years. So 3. Accumulated Wednesdays. Why not? Because I didn't go to every single one of them. No, I took breaks here and there. But, yeah, we are taking the time to talk about comic books and enjoy our break time. We're taking a break. Take your mind off your mind. Let's indulge in some escapism. And if it's not just a show that we're tuning into, maybe it's a podcast talking about, I don't know, some geeky chill stream stuff, like floppies, Funnybooks, periodicals. This is my favorite version of a comic, of a superhero story. The comic book itself, the periodical, the floppy. I mean, I still don't know where the negative connotation of floppy comes from. If it's because it's a sound related to maybe a racial epithet, kind of like footwear or something like that. I don't agree. I'm not going to agree to that. That's just no. You mean you're taking it way too far. Seriously. Someone asked me for the mixed nuts, and I'm like, hey, what are you getting me Irish up for there, man? What you saying about the Irish calling us mix? I'm sorry to any Irish out there insulted by my brogue. His name was Joseph. He was my grandfather. I miss him very much. And he's from Kerry. He was from Kerry, Ireland. And he gave me a sense of humor, and I grew up with the sound of his voice in my life. I will always miss you, Grandpa. And and my grandma, who was from Sligo. And this is her teapot. And yeah, that's what I'm shoving under my nose today. Some herbal tea. No sweetener, no lightener. Just, herbal tea. And it helps me pee better. I'm getting older, Late nights, just like, hey, come on, let's hurry up here. Okay, let's get to it. Let's start bagging and boarding some comic books. Where are we going today? We are in the throes of my DC alphabetical. I have maybe about 7 or 8 long boxes I've accumulated since early 2000s, and been like an intermittent weekly buyer. And this long box is about maybe more than 15 years old. It's definitely served its purpose. Its corners blown out. If you see these stains, this came from a stout homebrew that me and my friends made, and we had bottled. There was a summer swelter, and it exploded in my closet, right near my funny books. This did the job. It protected the stuff inside. And we've been slowly going through these comic books. Now I'm at a point where I'm like, oh gosh, do I bag and board these too? Well, yeah, you gotta. It's part of the whole thing. Let's show some respect for it. Like, you can double these up, but you're gonna file them with the rest of your Flash funny books because you love the Flash. It's not your fault. It's where the Flash went. You're gonna file it correctly. You're gonna file it between the end and the beginning. And notice the different, see the maker's mark, that DC swooshy thingy? And then, well, that's the same one too. They don't change that until New 52. That's right. But yeah, the end. Sorry, I was a little distracted. The end, the beginning, and what came between the end to 230 and 231 on October of 2007. This is March of 2006. About a year and a half, huh? What happened to the Flash? Did he fell off the earth or something? He's a Flash. That tends to happen to Flashes. Yeah, he kind of did. He kind of fell off the earth, and they were living on another Earth. I'm not sure if that Earth was ever identified multiversally. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I even care anymore. Because because we have to add these to it as well. See, there's the DC Bullet of old times from the 80s, the late 80s. That's from 88. This is where Mike Barron handed over to Bill Messner-Loebs. That would eventually come to Mark Waid. And from Mark Waid, it goes to Grant Morrison and Mark Miller for a little bit, and then to Jeff Johns. Impulse. And that's who we're going to be talking about today. The fourth Flash. Yeah, he becomes the Flash after Infinite Crisis. He also dies. And this is what I was looking for. Yeah, Flash. All Flash number 1. All right. From September of 2007, same month that Flash 231 comes out. And we've already boarded Flash 13. Yeah. Let's get to the rest of them. Why don't we? We have them right here. Funny books. We did Flash number 1. This is by Danny Bilson, Paul DeMeo, and Ken Lashy. And this was about... let's look at the Indicia colophone. It's interesting art. Flash, the Fastest Man Alive, number 1. Not the Flash, volume 3, which this would have been. This would have been Flash, volume 3, issue 1. So, we've got... Oh, it looks like we've done... Hey, we already done this one, but we're going to reuse you, bag. We are. Uh-oh. Just going to pretend that that corner didn't rip. Yeah, and look at the ads. We got nerds, candy. We got candy, video games, and a car. Yeah, we talked about this one. Yeah, the other day, the car. But yeah, I really want to put you doubled. Sorry about that. Yep. It looks like watercolors on that. One piece of tape, as we say, all right? Here we go. Got Flashes 3 and 4. And we're introducing an enemy who was once a friend and a love interest. Here we go. All systems go. It's a Flash comic book. You know how we do it here. We take one, we stuff it with the others. Let's see. We've got Laffy Taffy. And Carl Kerschel is on this now. And he's fabulous. He's actually a really good Flash artist. Look at those. I mean, look at those 4 panels, and with the background of the city and the lightning bolt showing, you know, Flash's progress. What we got here? We've got some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Cards are still a big deal, and it looked like that cards are the same kind of price as you know, for all I can gripe about this, it's pretty cool. Look, I mean, it's pretty well drawn. I like the speed lines. I like the... Let's see. Kryptonite. Locks. You know? For your bike. See, that's funny when ads could have a sense of humor. And way back before... Yeah, see, this would be problematic now. Dungeons and Dragons. Let's see. It's by Play D&D, Wizards of the Coast. That's the WotC logo, right? At least you'll know when the hot elf chick is a dude. Oh my goodness. Holy problematic. Let's see. Rush City. Remember this one? Indeed, written by Chuck Dixon. Covers by Jock. Did the Losers? And the Losers came out before that. Oh, here we go. Here's a good one. The Warp Tour 2006. Dude, let's see. Anyone I know? Less than Jake. I have no... Helmet. Oh, cool. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Still touring to this day. You know, if I had any sense, I would go see them because they, you know, they're actually a really tight band that been together. The core of them been together for years. Probably headlined by NoFX. It's the Warped Tour by Vans. Yep. It's a gay. Carl Kerschel was the guest penciler. We got some Jay Garrick there. Yay, Jay Garrick. Let's see. We got this one too. So is Val the love interest? Okay, here we go. We got more. Remember, this is a 2006 publication. So this came out 17 years ago. And along, oh, here we go. X-Men Last Stand. Dun, 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 dun. I had no problems with that movie. I have no problems with any of the X-Men movies. I'm weird. I know. I'm sorry, huh? Let's see. We've got some Wonka candy. Sweet Tart Squeeze. Ew. My goodness. But still, kids' candy, huh? What we got over there? Uncle Sam and the Freedom Fighters, number 3. Who remembers that? There was a Hawk Girl title before. We're getting a new Hawk Girl title. And, oh, that's right. Yeah, there was. I wonder, was it Hawk Man? Did it change over to Hawk Girl? Do we have to look this up? We don't? Alright, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. I don't want to do my work today. Let's see what we got here. And let's see. Yeah, this is Bilson and DeMeo. Now, who is Bart Allen? Right? Okay. Bart Allen is Barry Allen's grandson. The second Flash, Barry Allen. Bartholomew Henry Allen the First, because Bartholomew Henry Allen the Second is his grandson, who was born in the now 31st century. It used to be the 30th century, and it's time. It has this relative sliding scale. Like the Legion of Superheroes future has to be 1,000 years from now. Like, I got old Superboy comic books. Superboy and the Legion. My favorite is 1978's oversized special, The Wedding of Lightning Lad and Saturn Girl. And they're right in front of you, Sully. I know you. What did you do? There you are. Dun dun dun. Lightning strike. Yes. How many times have you seen this kind of cover used? Like, everyone's whipping out their phones and catching a picture of, but look at their phones. They're like, these aren't, real kind of... Are they kind of iPhone-y? Or you think they're more kind of BlackBerry-ish? It is 2006 and all, Oh, no. Okay, Bart into action. He's torturing Jay. I'm a big fan of this. Look, okay, Seven Soldiers, number 1. Nice. Action Comics, number 844. Let's go. Dan DiDio's DC Nation. These are just notes from the editor-in-chief. There are certain works and concepts that have become synonymous with DC Comics over the years and reflect our special kind of stories and storytelling, such as Elseworlds, Crisis, Countdown, 52, Year 1, and then he makes suggestions for each one. Yeah, they like to say that Dan DiDio was Crisis crazy. That's why we had so many crises during his reign. Infinite Crisis, Final Crisis, leading all the way up to, I think that Metal and Death Metal were done on his watch. Indeed. That means I have the timer. You don't have to wake up yet. It's not time to wake up. It's not time to go yet. But yeah, I mean, we got inks by Art T-Bear here on issue 6. We'll look at them in the next one. I'm a big fan of Art T-Bear, of his craft. The other ones good they are. He's good at his job. Ooh, really nice covers. This is by Daniel Acuna, I think. One thing I like about being a comic book fan that it's like, ooh, start getting a real kind of sense of, you know, artists and you look at their stuff and you're like, oh, is that Daniel Acuna? And look, once again, this is this is Above the Influence is this by the Ad Council? Who's this from? Dun, dun, dun. Office of National Drug Control Public Drug Control Policy / Partnership for a Drug-Free America. Yet, this is from February 2007. Almost 20 years later, my Commonwealth, Massachusetts, other states have taken a different approach to legalization and taxation of this. So interesting, huh? Ooh, we've got, like I said, we got video games. I love it. Video Castlevania. I had a Castlevania game on Game Boy 1. That was fun. And look, you Destroy All Humans 2 for PlayStation 2. Isn't that great? Yeah, and the 52 are going on during this. Number 33. Now, don't worry. Bart's not going to die until Countdown, which is coming right up. Oh, look at this Game Boy. The Nintendo DS. And these, I never had one of these, but these were so fun. And I love the graphics from this generation of Japanese games. Yeah, I only played a few RPGs growing up. Let's see, we've got Danny Bilson, Paul DeMeo as the writers, Ron Adrian as the penciler, and Art T-Bear as the artist. From pages 11 to 16, it starts looking like. Yes, we got actually got a couple of different artists in here. Ooh, Detective Chimp. Pretty fun. Who will wear the helmet of fate? Who is that the kid that's wearing it now? I should know his name because I've been reading him. Look, more video games. 2007. Video game ads. Not even 2017. That was 10 years later. But yeah. PSP. Handheld video games. Awesome. And we got Magic the Gathering. Card games. We got video games. We got card games. We got candy. Who could this publication be marketed to or aimed at? Look, we got Death Jr. I love these video game ads. Oh, look at that. So cool. Oh, sorry, you're going in the bag now. Did it say so? The cover artist? Yeah, it is. Yeah, cover by Daniel Acuna. I was right. And here's a good one with RT Bear on on inks the entire time. You know, decent panels. You know, and that is that's Inertia. That was Bart Allen's reverse. Was when Bart Allen came to our now. Oh, and remember the Wii was coming out. Oh wow! I think that's a cool ad. That's in the middle too. That's like, and let's. So we've got like, you know, like literally. So it's at least you got one page here of art. Just saying like. We go into an ad and then okay, pages were kind of the Jeff Smith. Now I've never read this Shazam. I heard that was really good. Look, in this column is a clue, like in every letter or something. There's some kind of code in there too. So there's literally something to decipher without a decoder ring as well, which is kind of cute. I mean, decoder rings were you know, that was such an old-fashioned 20th century kid thing, putting code, something to decode, and apparently the code is in that letter there where it says the multiverse, something about the multiverse. If you know what he said, put it in the chat or put it in the comments. happens in Vegas. Oh, see, you missed because you were too busy trying to impress the girls. You know what I mean? Indeed. Oh, again? 2 for 2. Sully. This is why I drink this tea. Yeah, I think my aim's bad in the daytime. Wait till midnight. It's dark. I have to carry a flashlight with me because if I turn on the above lights, it like wakes me up. It's too bright. It's a really nice cover. It's an Ethan Van Sciver cover showing, you know, Bart from Impulse to Kid Flash. Then he was Kid Flash in the Jeff Johns 2003 reboot. Here's another really nice Ethan Van Sciver right here. And now we've changed. We're trying to change direction. It's too late to save this sinking ship. He's only got 4 more issues left. But we handed it over to Mark Guggenheim, who is he's like a writer's writer, like Mike Barron, like Chuck Dixon, Peter David, Chris Claremont, so when Innocenti, Wheezy Simonson, writers that you could Jeff Johns, you can just throw, here, okay, what can you do? And they're already writing something, already spitting out an idea. And yeah, I love this EVS art. Once again, here we go. Is it propaganda? No, it was just Vin Carter. Vince Carter, man. The milk ad. It's the milk ad. And that's Primo Real Estate, the Kubert School. That's pretty cool. It's great. Sometimes this art is just really fun. Remember Wonder Woman by Jodi Picoult? She was like a novelist. And she's come to save Wonder Woman and sell copy. I'm not making fun of anyone. We don't cut people down here. I don't think we do. If we do, let me know. Oh, and here we go. This is Phil Jimenez, and this is the coming Final Crisis. And there's something like if your feet are on the ground or something like that, something's going to happen to you. Or is this the Infinite Crisis? No, this has got to be Final Crisis. Yeah. Because you got Red Robin up there for some reason. You've got, it's and he's going to die. Yeah. And so does Ted Cord was already dead, and Maxwell Lord was already all those people on the ground there are already dead from the Infinite Crisis. Yeah, because that's right around the corner. Because 52 is ending. And I hope you're having a great day. Hope you're crushing your problems and not being crushed by them. And lunar nights. Yeah, let's bag this up. Well, thank you so very much for tuning in today and hanging out with us, spending some of your break time with us. And now we're going to get back to our lives and take care of stuff and get stuff done so we're not done in by our stuff. We need to run our days so our days don't run us. I mean, I learned this the hard way, being a chef. You got to run your kitchen, or your kitchen's going to run you. It's true. But here we go. The rogues ganged up, and they're about to kill Flash. We got an interesting art team: Tony Daniel, Art T-Bear. Get some classic Zoom versus Flash stuff going on. And somewhere around the end, Bart loses his speed. And he's got to confront the rogues without his powers, and that's what gets him, killed. But he gets it's comic book death. He's born again. He's a born again superhero. Hallelujah! World of Warcraft. Look at that. Running out of time. Tony Daniel cover. Yeah, this is an EVS cover too. Like I said, EVS just great covers. It's a really good Flash artist. And thank you so much for tuning in today. We've been talking about comic books. We talk about comic books every day about this time. You can catch us any time of day here on the World Wide Web. But our 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern premiere, you can catch our live chat premiere. And if you're tuning in later, you can always turn on the live chat replay. And I'd suggest toggling to all messages instead of top messages, so you can see everybody. Yeah, see, countdown. So 52 is over. 52 came after the Infinite Crisis. Now we have the 52 multiverse worlds. And here, we have the Death of Flash in here. Guggenheim, Daniel, T-Bear. Yeah. And then comes All Flash #1, where Wally comes back with a vengeance to wherever they were in Infinite Crisis, wherever they took Superboy Prime. And they were there for a while. And then all of a sudden, boom, Wally comes home with Linda and the kids. This is the kids. We've been seeing them forever now. Like, boom. They came out of the, it doesn't, I'm not even sure it's even say where they went. But it's like all the, we just killed a kid. They were like, that's not Flash. They don't think that they killed the Flash. And now, it's one thing the rogues aren't, is they're not killers. Yeah, and so, we got to wrap this up. Thank you so very much for tuning in today. We've had a Flash-filled episode. We're rebagging, reboarding, reboxing my entire collection, and I need to show some love to my Flash comics and keep them all together, because it is one big story. It really is. Thank you so much. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. Please like and subscribe. I would love to earn your subscription. We make daily content here. Yes, another one down. We're getting our way through all of these comic books. We're going to rebag, reboard, and rebox, and take some time to hang out and talk about funny books. Thank you so very much. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. We will see you again tomorrow in those funny pages. Ciao. Bye-bye.